So you're thinking about moving to Michigan and you want to understand how to navigate the home buying process remotely from a different state, country, what have you, and you're not sure how to do it, then this video is for you. So you're thinking about moving to Michigan and you're thinking about doing it remotely, meaning you're living somewhere else, you got to make the move happen, and you're not sure how that all happens. We've came to the right place. In this video, we want to show you how to navigate the home buying process to Michigan. It could be other states as well too, properly, and doing it in a remote way. For a lot of people, they're working a job, they got the family, a million different things going on, and they need to move by a very specific time period, and our team is able to assist with that. But additionally, I just want to give you a general overview of what it's like to move here to Michigan and doing it in a remote way. My name is Matt Talbot. My team and I help people just like you every single day move here to Michigan, and we absolutely live for it. We get calls, texts, emails, DMs, Facebook messages, all sorts of stuff every single day of people that want to move to the state in order to get more information, understanding a little bit about the Southeast Michigan marketplace, and we love having those conversations and helping those people out. If that is you, send us a comment, hit us below, or hit our calendar link here on YouTube and set up a consultation today. You'll get myself or one of my teammates for a brief consultation to take you through what to expect, and we're happy to answer any and all questions that way. So jumping in at step number 1, we have 7 steps in this video to take you through, but step number 1 on our list of purchasing a home remotely is going to be your research and planning stage. It's probably why you're on this video in the first place. You're probably researching living in Michigan, moving to Michigan, understanding different areas here in Michigan, Southeast Michigan, where to go, what makes sense, depending on maybe work or family or what have you, of what you want to, what the reason is for moving to Michigan. And so you're in that research and planning stage, which is a great stage to be in. It's a fun stage. You're going to learn a lot. Our channel is completely set up just for that, to educate you here on Detroit, Metro Detroit, Southeast Michigan, and Michigan as a whole, of living in or moving to Michigan. So this is a great starting point if you're tuning into this video in the first place. But research and planning can be very, very important. So as you're doing your research and planning, making sure obviously to start with the internet research and diving deep into there. And if you know local people, that's always a huge conversation starter. You know, hey, I'm thinking about moving to the state, or you have friends and family. You know, what areas would you consider? I have to work in Royal Oak, or I have to work in Woodhaven, or I have to work in Detroit or Ann Arbor or Lansing, what have you. And, you know, my family's in another city. Where is a good starting point? What makes sense for you? I think you're going to get a lot of insider information from those people. Because of the variety here in Michigan and other different areas, you should really dive into the different cities, townships, different amenities, school districts. There's a lot of stuff online, and actually surprisingly, there's only so much we can really share with you as licensed real estate agents here in Michigan. I can't tell you, hey, this school is great, this school is horrible. We're not able to do that, nor would we. But that being said, you know, there's a lot of research online you can do to figure out different school districts and where you want to be, and different amenities. There's a variety of different living here in Michigan. You could be downtown in the city of Detroit. You could be out in the sticks, away from everything. You can be way up in the Upper Peninsula, just hanging out with bears and mountain lions, and that's about it. There's not a lot much out there. Maybe some deer and some, not a lot much out there. You hear that accent coming in? There's not a lot out there. There's maybe some birds and deer and stuff like that. But so there's a huge variety of different lifestyles you can live in Michigan, and you should understand, you know, where those are in proximity, like I said, of where's work and family or friends, or where you want to be by, right? So school is an important one to look into, the different amenities and stuff like that. YouTube is a wealth of knowledge, as well as normal Google searches and online searches, as I'm sure where you're starting. And also, we're very, very friendly here in Michigan. Send people DMs. If you're following someone's Instagram or YouTube or our channel, what have you, send us a DM, ask us questions, you know, just get some flavors as a starting point, because I think that will allow you to look at a vast area. I think sometimes people are very specific on a certain part of town. They hear like this school district's good, or this area is good, or this is going to be good for me. And then when they get engaged with us and we actually show them around a little bit and open up the variety a little bit, show them a more macro perspective than that micro city, usually they end up moving to a different city than they thought of in the first place. So there's a lot of research that you should do, and you should definitely engage with a local expert. Step 2 is virtual tours and online showing. So sooner rather than later, I'm sure you're going to want to get flavors of what the homes actually look like here in Michigan or whatever state you're moving to. A great way to do that is with today's technology through virtual tours and online showings. How you're able to do that, you get a licensed agent, they go open the lockbox for you, they give you the tour, they can do the selfie thing. We have FaceTime and Zooms and all sorts of different tours as well. Matterport 3D tours can be a good one for people. You can actually click through and walk around if you haven't done that one. So virtual tours is a great way to start getting an understanding of the different real estate options themselves and understanding each area of kind of where you want to be and understanding what the flavor of homes look like in those areas. So that can be a great starting point. I think that can be 3 or 4 on the list too, depending, but I would say start sooner rather than later, at least with the virtual tours and checking stuff out online, getting engaged with different real estate websites and being able to jump into listings. I mean, people are basically like addicted to Zillow and stuff anyway, so it's not like you're not already there, I'm sure, but virtual tours are going to be huge to get a little bit step further than just the listing photos themselves. As far as virtual tours, you can get individually set up tours for yourself, or tune into our channel because we try to give tours at different price points in different areas to show you some different flavors. It's not just the areas that we work in, some of the areas that we do, some of the areas we don't. I mean, we cover all Southeast Michigan here, but we want to show you what the tours themselves look like, sample photos of different listings, as well as the surrounding communities, which I'll get into in a minute. But we try to give you those tours at scale, so you're not necessarily doing one by one. You can kind of look at one place and do your research one night, and our channel is set up for that. So go ahead and check out our vlog tours on this channel. There's a whole playlist that I think you'll see a lot of benefit if that applies to you. So number 3 on our list is a video consultation with a licensed realtor. I think this could be number 2 for a lot of people, but I think more often than not, people want to start seeing homes themselves. However, I recommend sooner rather than later getting a consultation with one or more real estate agents, okay? Find someone that you get along with, that you like, that you trust, that's very knowledgeable, that sells a high volume in the area. Hopefully a team is what I recommend, but a high volume real estate team in whatever areas you're considering, because they're going to be your local knowledge. As a real estate agent, our job is not to show you 3 houses and write you a contract and sell you that house. Our job is to coach and educate you on the market, show you what's available, help you understand the home buying process, and we're able to do that sometimes 12, 18 months in advance, but definitely 3 to 12 months out from your move. You should be diving into that with a licensed agent. So any reputable agent in a modern way should definitely be able to do this virtually via Zoom or virtual consultation. They should be able to sit down, meet with you for a half hour or so, coach you and educate on the market. Most agents that I think are worth talking to should have a whole slide deck to take you through so you can really understand the home buying process here in Michigan. You can understand your wants list, your needs list, the different areas, what to expect along the way, so you're well prepared. By the time you go through the actual home buying process, specifically if you're doing it remotely, it should be the 3rd, 4th, 5th time you've heard these steps, because your agent should be coaching and educating you on the market and the process itself. So those virtual consultations are a no-brainer. They're free of charge. Our team does them all day long. We literally do 3 to 5 every single day of people that want to move to here in Southeast Michigan, and we're really, really good at them, and they're super, super beneficial. A lot of clients, even that are local, really appreciate that because we give them an understanding of today's market, what to expect in a modern landscape, what to expect when they're actually looking. So a virtual consultation, the sooner the better you can do that, will really set you up for success over the next 3, 12, 24 months as you're considering moving to Michigan. Coming in at number 4 on our list is virtual neighborhood insights. So different than step 2, looking at homes and houses themselves, number 4, this step is going to be a lot more on the neighborhoods and locations, cities and townships that you're looking in. This is where there's going to be a lot less information. Zillow has unlimited pictures of homes. They have unlimited pictures of homes, and you get the drone footage, you get inside, outside, you get every angle of that house, right? Which is great. You get to see the flavor of the house that you're looking for. Professional photography finally took off over the last few years, so most of the photos are decent these days. They weren't for a very long time. But what's very, very important for you as well, if you're moving from out of state, is going to be virtual tours of subdivisions, cities, townships, and areas that you're looking in. You want to understand, great, you have a beautiful house sitting here, but you might walk a block down the street and realize this is totally not where you want to be for whatever reason, right? And so you need virtual tours. Our channel, check out our vlog tours. We do a great job of trying to showcase you the different areas, the downtown communities, the suburbs, how far you are from places, understanding, hey, if you're working in Detroit and your partner's working in Ann Arbor or Lansing or what have you, you know some different areas and understand where those sit on the map and what they look like so you can get the lay of the land. So our channel is specifically set up for that, but there's other channels out there. Of course, do your research and get those virtual neighborhood and area tours so you understand what subdivisions look like, what cities look like, you know, where there might be lakes or, you know, downtown areas or what areas you might like or dislike. Some areas might be a little bit too industrial for you. Some areas might be a little bit too rural for you. It just depends on what you're looking for. And so I think as you're doing these virtual tours, it can really help you focal in to, hey, these are a couple of my target areas. I'm still moving from California or from Iceland or wherever I'm moving from, right? But I have some target areas in Southeast Michigan that I've really done my research on and I feel comfortable looking at from a remote perspective. So you're looking to move remotely, you want to start doing your research, those neighborhood tours and area tours are going to be very, very important. Video is so powerful these days. Additionally, you know, Google Maps is another huge feature on Google Maps. If you're not familiar, you can Google area, click the little, it's like a little like dude, little guy. You click the guy, it's going to take you all the way down to a street view, and you can actually click through and take yourself up and down streets, at least throughout most of Southeast Michigan and Michigan, to see what it looks like yourself. Get your eyes on the prize, narrow in some areas based on your research, home actual tours, and then you're going to dive into your area tours as well too. Step 5 on our list is going to be digital signing and digital processes. So any team worth working with, especially if you're moving remotely, can do a lot of the job remotely, meaning you can sign things digitally over the internet using DocuSign and like signing software in today's world, and that's a beautiful thing. That doesn't mean you're not going to see the house in person. A lot of people aren't purchasing a house without seeing a person. Some people do, but you're able to at least do the majority of the buying process remotely. So maybe you're in town for a weekend, you look at some showings, you're out of town. You can do everything else remotely if your team is set up in digital first in today's world. So having those digital signatures is huge. A lot of people don't even know that's available, but being able to sign purchase agreements, write offers, your buyer's contracts, understanding all that stuff, it can all happen digitally. I don't care how old or young or whatever you are. It's easy software to use these days. Our team is actually set up with back-end support system that are available for you pretty much 24/7. So if you have problems with the signing software or things are a little bit clunky for you, or maybe you're new to something like that, we really coach and help you through that, make it very, very simple, painless, and understandable. So being able to sign things remotely, being able to review documents, and actually move the process along remotely is something that's a must-have for your agent and for you if you're thinking about purchasing a home and you're moving from out of state. Step 6 on our list is going to be home inspections and due diligence. So let's say you're in town, you looked at some houses, you have some target lists, we wrote an offer, you had to fly back home, and we actually got that offer accepted. Well, you can do home inspections and digital inspections from out of state, where we'll actually show up on site, we'll make sure we have a camera there, we'll take you through everything. All of our inspectors and most good inspectors in today's world send you like a full detailed 20, 30, 40 page report with all the different things wrong with that house. So those personal inspections and due diligence period is a must have for you. So clients do it all differently, to be honest with you, depending on who's moving here and kind of what their cup of tea is. Sometimes people will need to be here for the showing and they don't care about being here for the inspection. A lot of people actually will do the digital showing with the cameras and the zoom and all that stuff, right? And we're able to show them properly from out of state. And then what they'll do is, because it's a competitive offer, they'll wait till their offer is accepted, because it's not always the first one. There's a lot of competition currently in today's market. So once their offer is accepted, they'll go ahead and they got a week to get that done. They'll fly in that week for the inspection to get eyes on the house, making sure it's everything that they want to purchase, making sure that there is any major repairs. They know what they're getting into. So that's a good time to fly in my opinion, if you have that availability. But again, if you've done a consultation with an agent, there's someone that you trust or someone that has your best interest at heart, you can also do this remotely if need be. That's no problem. But you better make sure you trust your agent. You better make sure you trust the inspectors that they're going to put you in front of in those reports, and make sure to review those with your agent digitally over Zoom or what have you, to make sure you go through all the line items, understand what you're getting into. You can feel 100% confident in purchasing that home, whether in person or doing it remotely in this case. But those digital inspections and the ability to use the cameras through inspections and your due diligence period is number one. Step 7, closing time. So closing. So what I mean by that is you can do remote closings. A lot of people don't understand that. They think they have to fly in, sign paperwork, all that stuff. No, we can do remote closings. Our team, because of this channel and other like sources like this, we work with a lot of people that are moving from all over the country and all over the world, and we're able to really help accommodate them. Sometimes it's moving money accordingly, and many times it's doing out-of-state closings. And that's not only for buyers moving through the state, but we do it very heavily with our sellers that are moving to another state or somewhere else as well too. And we're able to do that all digitally through the digital signing, or remote closing is what they're referred to. So our title companies are all set up for this because we do it so consistently. We're able to actually set up remote closings where you might be in your home in California, but you've gone through the whole process. You're ready to purchase the house, the loan's cleared, you're ready to close, and you don't want to fly in for the closing because you got to pay for a plane ticket and all that stuff. No problem. There's different ways to overnight documents, set up a notary in your state or area. A lot of times you don't even have to leave your own house or your own office. They will come to you and we'll schedule and coordinate all of that. So as far as closing, being able to have a team that's high volume in out-of-state buyers and sellers to be able to properly coordinate that for you will make things go very smooth, save you a lot of back and forth trips, and make you feel well protected along the way. I'm always a phone call away during closings for my clients, so if they have any questions, we can answer questions for them on the spot. But we set up the closings, we do remote closings, the documents are overnighted, everything funds properly, and you're well protected. It's very secure. So that's a huge one to be able to look at accordingly if you're looking to manage moving to the new state, maybe a new job, maybe it's a new school opportunity, whatever it is. You got the family, kids, birds, dogs, cats, animals, all this stuff. You're trying to make a lot of things happen, right? Work with a team that understands how this happens, takes the majority of the real estate stuff all off your plate, really protects you along the way, coaches and educates you so you know what you're getting into, and can do everything from a remote perspective all the way through closing to make sure things go critically smooth for you. So hopefully this helps. Here's a few tips and of the trade when purchasing remotely. There's a lot of other different varieties as well too, as far as moving companies, all this different stuff we can get into. So if you want to get into the weeds, you want to know more specifics on this process, shoot us a DM, set up that Calendly link, shoot us a call anytime. We're happy to educate you, and really that consultation is huge for us to be able to coach and educate you on what to expect along the way. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Hit subscribe, tap for notifications.